So let me just quickly introduce you and to our viewers. So today we have Mr. Raj Kapoor. He's a founder and CEO of India Blockchain Alliance, and he's one of the famous person in India, you can say. And he's also one of our advisory member for our board of advisory. And he has also taken a couple of sessions, a lot of sessions, in fact, in blockchain. And he has also written, he's also working with us for a couple of, Web3 programs. And first of all, thank you for taking out your time, sir, and joining us. And it would be great if you can also quickly let us know about yourself and about your company, and followed by we can start our session.
Yeah, I'll keep it nice and short. You've given me a fair introduction. I'll keep it nice and short. Yes, I've been in the blockchain space for a very, very long time, almost 12 years now. And that's a long time because blockchain has been around only for about 14 years. So yes, I've been there for a long time. That's one part. But why I've been for a long time, that is more important. It's been a real fantastic journey. Basically, it's taught us how to really live in a world where we're going to really emerge next few years. It's actually shown us the pathway to the future. And a lot of people say, well, sir, that time nobody knew blockchain, et cetera, et cetera. But that's exactly how it is. If you got to be successful in any space where you go, you have to understand that technology is always going to take you towards the future, because the future is all tech-based.
Correct.
And today, when we're going to talk about today, by the grace of God, after I went into a space with the blockchain, which is basically a part of the larger umbrella called the distributed ledger technologies. Today, I work with governments, I work with enterprise, I work with startups. In fact, I'm on the advisory board of more than 40 startups across the globe. And that means what? This particular technology has given me all that a person could wish and hope for. I write for the best of journals, Economic Times, Money Control, Mint. I write for them. I come on television regularly. And all this I've achieved only because, one second, let me switch off this. Yeah, I've only achieved this because of blockchain. Let's face it, it's given me not only a future, but it's going to give you all a future, because everything, literally every industry is moving towards this. We've heard of blockchain, yes, but we've also heard of metaverse, NFT, decentralized finance, that is DeFi, fintech, and of course the metaverse, the NFTs, and all of it. Everybody's talking about it. But more important, all of that is only possible because of blockchain. In fact, we call this the Web3 world, where everything will slowly move into the Web 3.0 space. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the different options, the careers, and why this is going to be your companion for the next 20 years at least, if not more. Well, I won't take too much of your time, but I'm going to start off with this. I'm going to start with a video. This video, I want you to just read the headlines. I've just compiled a whole lot of headlines in this video. These headlines have been compiled over the last 6 to 8 months. So sit back, relax. For a moment, I'll switch off my video and I'll switch on the video which you should really be seeing. Just a moment, I'll share my screen, okay? All right, so here I go off the screen, but I'm going to put you something really cool on the screen for you. All right, this is the news which I have been collating since the last few days, few weeks, should I say. Some of them are a little older, but just have a look. These are the headlines in India's leading publications. Have a look. here we see a lot of things happening, my friends. So are we ready for the blockchain world? That's a question we got to ask ourselves now. So you saw the headlines. Those headlines are real good news for anybody interested in jobs, careers, and the future. And blockchain is our future. It's a future technology, and it's just started. We are at the ground floor of this amazing opportunity, guys. So with that, let me lead you into a small session of blockchain jobs, careers. But before that, what is blockchain? Let's just get a little more understanding for those who don't really know completely. And those of you who don't, well, those of you do, well, you enjoy it anyways, because you need to understand blockchain really well to understand what careers are there right in front for you. In fact, 2 years back, none of these careers, or virtually none of these, existed. And now you will see plenty of them. Yeah, my camera's off because I'm going to show you my presentation. Right, anyways. Okay, I'm going to again share my screen with the presentation, and we can have questions at the end of the session, whenever you want, right? In the middle, if you want to ask any questions, put it in the chat box. I'll answer it in the end, all right? Here we go. I'm going to now share my screen, and I'll switch off my video for the time I'm doing, then I'll switch it off again, switch it back again. Okay. There, what the screen says, blockchain, the future of tech jobs. Oh, yes. Blockchain, by the way, is not crypto, and crypto is not blockchain. That's the first thing I want to clear for a lot of us. I still get asked this question, although it's been there for some time now. Blockchain has been around in the market for the last couple of years, but till today, I get asked questions. Sir, shall I invest in Bitcoin? What's going to happen to the market? Well, frankly speaking, the market is just, or crypto is just one small use case of the blockchain. So that's not blockchain. It's just a use case. It's like one car on a highway. The highway is blockchain, and the car is just one car. There could be other cars, trucks, lorries, cycles, motorcycles, sedans, SUVs. But this is just one. That's it. You imagine a small car and imagine the huge highway. The highway is blockchain. So let's go further now. I want you to first see this. This is an excellent take on blockchain. And remember, this line will come to you every single day of your future, and even now for that matter. The line says, very soon, and this was in Forbes magazine, you can probably read it online, very soon we won't trust anything unless it's backed by blockchain. Now, just remember this one line. Very soon we won't trust anything unless it's backed by blockchain. Anything. Now, bookmark this. When I actually come back to it in the next few slides, you'll know exactly why I've said bookmark it and imbibe this, internalize this line. It's going to be with you always. Now, let me show you some more stuff. Let's have a look at the next slide. Yeah. Well, in simple terms, blockchain, well, we'll call it an institutional technology here because it's not just an information technology. And there's a big difference between the two. Institutional revolutions are things that don't happen very often. The first big institutional technology that came into our lives was the internet. That's right. We all know that around 1995 when the internet came, see how it's transformed the digital landscape. Look at that, Amazon, Facebook, Instagrams, all these, WhatsApp, everything has come after the internet came. They are today's big unicorns. They are the huge businesses. Before that, there was Ford Motors and others. There are so many others. But now look at that. There was Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. All these are now much bigger than all these old traditional brick and mortar companies. That was the first revolution. Now, with blockchain, we have the second revolution. Why is it a revolution? We'll come to know in the next few slides. Also, why is it institutional? Like an institute, a government is an institute, a university is an institute. Let's take a university's example. Students will come and students will go. Teachers will come and teachers will go. Faculty will come, faculty goes. But the institution remains as it is, where it is, and imparts education. Same way, blockchain. Technologies will come, technologies will go. Lots of things will happen, but the institution, the umbrella technology is going to become blockchain in the future. Also, it is institutional because it has the power to reward and to monetize. The tokens or the coins, which we so popularly know, all of them, they are a result of an institutional technology. No other technology actually creates that. Does AI do that? No. Cloud? No. IoT? No. Oh, nothing. That's the space. That's why it's institutional. It has the power to reward you. It has the power to make a change. It's also known as the frontier technology. Come on, let's look at some really cool numbers. I'll go past it fast, but you must understand that these numbers are very, very meaningful as far as we are concerned, as students, as people looking at the future, as people who are working and looking at career options. Let us look at it. NASSCOM took out a report and said there are 8 lakh jobs by 2030 they're going to have, right up from 50,000 people. And 50,000 is nothing, a proverbial drop in the ocean. So we need another 750,000 people in the next 7 years. 100,000 jobs a year up for grabs. But how do we get there? That's the important thing. There are opportunities. Also, the industry is going to become 241 million in size by 2030. Right now, it's around 40 odd million. It's going to grow 6 times. We also see other numbers like how much money has been invested, 6.6 billion invested, 184 billion investments are there. All these numbers and the ones which I'm showing you here are nothing but one single word. And that one single word is opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to make an impact, to get into a fantastic space of growth, a technology that is growing. Well, all technologies are growing, but the speed with which blockchain is growing is unimaginable. You see, even investors are grown by 2,648%. That means how many people are coming into the system. The number of crypto users in India has crossed 50 million. Well, now it's crossed 20 million. 2 of you raise your hands. You have questions for me? Who has a question, guys? Yes. Adarsh and Preetham, you have questions? You want to ask? You can ask me now, or you want to ask me later. Host, Vignesh, shall I take the questions now or later? I think we can take it later.
Yeah, sir. Whichever is comfortable for you.
In the meantime, Adarsh and Preetham, if you have any questions, put it in the chat box, all right? I'll come back to you. Don't worry, I'll answer all your questions. You can lower your hands now, no problem, okay? And you can also lower your hand. Right, here we go. These are numbers from the NASSCOM report, by the way. So that I'm quoting the NASSCOM report, and these are reports which are pretty fairly accurate. In fact, this number of 15 million is now 20 million, right? We have more than 20 million crypto users in India and more than 60 million wallets. They have multiple wallets. So 60 million wallets in India. That's a hell of a lot of wallets. India's population is 140 million, right? So that's a lot. Okay, now what do the numbers mean? The numbers basically mean, as I said, opportunity, more opportunity and opportunity for all of us out here. Whether you're a techie or a non-techie, opportunity. Very quickly, I'm going to talk to you about the India blockchain journey because you must understand why it is becoming so popular. This is the genesis of it. This is the basis of it. 2020, Niti Aayog took out a document called the Blockchain India Strategy. National strategy on blockchain was taken out in Jan 2021, but during the midst of COVID, and then in December 2021, by the end of COVID, National strategy on blockchain part 2 was issued. These two were issued by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Now, that's why are these 3 documents important? Because they actually capture why we need blockchain at the government level. Yes, it's the most important when the government speaks about it. Why we need blockchain, what are the problems, what are the challenges, where are the application areas, which places will we use them, where will we implement them, everything in this space, right? So that's very, very vital. Why? Because when the government talks about a technology, it means it's very serious about the technology. Let's have a look at some other things. Before we go further, we'll define it. For those of you who don't know the definition, I'll define it. And I'll define it very simply. Simply, a blockchain is nothing like, it's a timestamp series of records, immutable records, managed by a cluster of computers. Simply speaking, multiple computers across the globe, they're called nodes. They manage your records. They have your data, your database, and without knowing your name, etc. Don't worry. And they validate your transactions. Not one person, but many people. And it's immutable. Once your data goes into a block, you cannot change it. It's timestamped so that there's accuracy, you know the timelines, and each of these blocks is secured and bound to each other using crypto principles, basically a code. If your block is complete, the next block is formed, and they always match each other 100%. There is no 99.99%, 100% accuracy is there. In other words, it's like this. If you have 12 eggs in a basket, right? 12 eggs in one basket, there's a saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now, if you keep the basket on the kitchen table, what can happen? Somebody can drop the basket, somebody can steal the basket, somebody can steal some of the eggs in the basket, somebody can break the eggs. You know, a lot of things can happen. In this case, the eggs is your data, and the basket is the database where it is stored. That's how it is right now. In the future, and with blockchain coming in, what's going to happen? You'll have 12 eggs in 12 baskets in 12 different locations. Very difficult to steal all, break all. It's going to be almost impossible, right? It's easier to steal one basket with 12 eggs rather than 12 baskets with 12 different eggs in different places. So that's exactly what blockchain does. It stores your data, it encrypts your data in such a way that you can never, ever hack into it. Very, very safe. Why is it important? It validates every transaction made. Validate means the 100% accuracy. If one person says 10 minus 8 is equal to 7, I can say that and I enter that, that becomes a mistake. So that's one, because I'm putting it right now in the system. That's one person. That's the centralized system. But if 10 people say 10 minus 8 is equal to 2, that means it is 2, because mathematics can never go wrong, right? And then it is put into the block, therefore making it 100% accurate. Second, it discards the need for third parties from peer-to-peer transactions. I will give you a nice example of this immediately after this. So have a look at that. The users are in control of all the transactions. Users, that is you and me, are in control of all our transactions. It reduces transaction time to minutes and is available 24/7. Now, when I say third party, the users are in control of all the transactions means, oh, what happened? I'll make it big again. Yeah. So users, that is you and me, are in control. Our information is not with any bank or any other third party. It's with us. It reduces transaction time to minutes. And I'm going to give you an example to highlight that. And system is decentralized. Decentralized means it's not controlled by any one person. Therefore, safer and less likely to be hacked. It's in multiple places. There's no one which owns it. So how does it work? Very quickly. If I make a transaction, say I make a bank withdrawal, it's validated. Each node of the network means there are hundreds and thousands of nodes, validates the transaction. Then yes, there is a transaction. It verifies, yes, it is 10,000. Raj had 10,000 in his bank. He's withdrawn 2,000. So now he's got 8,000. They verify it and put it into the block. And the block keep on putting my information, and the block joins the chain. Now I have a question in the chat box. Right, chat is right. Perfect. Thank you, English, for putting that. Right, and the block joins the chain. Transaction is complete. So transaction, validation, verification, creation of the block, and the block starts the beginning of a chain. Next, these are the certain properties of them which are very, very important for us to know. And that's why blockchain is becoming so important, because other technologies don't provide it. Not all of them, at least. First of all, it's programmable. Well, all technologies are programmable, but a blockchain is programmable through smart contracts. And smart contracts are contracts that run by themselves. They're self-executing. Other technologies don't have that. It's secure. All records are encrypted, not just the block. Right now, it's just the block which is encrypted, or the centralized database. But here, every transaction is individually encrypted. That's how much more secure can it be? And you know why I'm saying all these things? Because data has become the new gold. Data is for life. Data is never going to finish. It's always, always going to be with us. Everything will finish. Oil, gold, coal, renewable reserves, everything will finish, but data is infinite. Therefore, the security of data becomes really very important in today's world, in the digitized world we live in. Third, it's anonymous. They don't know it's Raj's account. They just see my numbers. Yes, they see a certain a bunch of numbers which represents Raj. They don't know who it's Raj or anybody else. They see he's got 10K inside. To 2K goes, 8,000 remains. That's all it can do. It's anonymous. We can't make up. It's unanimous. Means everybody has to say yes. Raj has taken 10 out of his 10,000. He's taken 2,000 out, and he's got 8,000. Everybody must say 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. There cannot be a mistake. All put that inside. It's distributed. Everybody's sitting in different parts of the world, like we are right now. It's immutable. Any records are irreversible and cannot be changed. It's also time stamped. So it's got a trail, it's got a history, it's immutable, it is distributed, it is anonymous, secure, programmable. These are the principles that made blockchain the unique, absolute unique technology that it is. None of the other technologies we have right now actually addresses all these issues. That's why important. Let's take a very simple, I'll give you a very simple case. You may have gone to a bank to transfer money. I'll give you an example. I have my daughter studying in the US, and I'm sending her $1,000 for her birthday. And she says, right, Papa, I'm very happy waiting for it. I go to the bank and I say, right, guys, I want to send $1,000 to my kid in USA. They say, sure, sir, fill up a form. I fill up a very lengthy form. I make out a check and I say, how much do I need to pay for $1,000? They say, sir, today's rate is 83 rupees. I said, what? I read it as 81 rupees in the, in the newspapers today. That's the market rate. No, sir, the bank rate is 83 rupees. The rates are fixed by a bank, right? Now, well, I don't have a choice. I have to send it. Plus, I have to pay a commission because they say you have to pay it through Chase Manhattan Bank or something because there is no direct access to American banks from India. So we have to go through a third party or a third party bank. So I do that. I pay the money. I pay the commission, say $10, and it goes. And all the data, right, from me to her is all stored in a centralized database, all in one box. Now, clouds. So what is the big idea of blockchain then? If we implement the Bitcoin network or the blockchain, what do? I send money directly to my daughter. I send it at the cost of the market rate. That's say 79 or 80 rupees, whatever it is. It reaches, in this case, it might reach it in 4 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours. And I can only do it within banking hours. Here, I can do it 24/7 and it reaches it to her in minutes. And do you know what is the cost of sending it? 0.0001 cents. Means how much cheaper. Seriously, I'm saving money. Imagine how much banks are earning. That means, wow. Well, that's exactly what blockchain does. It makes life easier sending digital assets from one place to the other without having the dependence on any other middleman. So it's disintermediated. There are no intermediaries. There are no other intermediary banks you have to pay off. It's distributed. Look at that. My data is distributed all over the place. All over instead of here. It's decentralized, doesn't belong to anyone. Today, all data companies belong to either a Microsoft or an Alibaba or Google or Facebook. They own the data. Here, nobody owns the data. It's all yours. It's in your hands, and therefore it's trustful. So this is the example. Instead of 2 ledgers, it's multiple ledgers. Now, very quickly, I'll just tell you how it originated, and then I'll come to the most important part, your jobs, basically. From the depths, because you should know all these because that's why blockchain has become so important. In 2008, there was a major crash. A lot of banks, were crashing. Goldman's, there was a lot of Anderson Consulting. All of them went under. There was a lot of them which went down. Not only the big banks, but a lot of small businesses also went down in the 2007, 2008, especially in America. But not only in America, it happened everywhere across the globe, including India, felt the repercussions. What had happened? People had lost faith in banks. People had lost faith in the fact that banks, you should dictate everything. They dictate how much interest you should pay. They dictate the market rates, the dollar rates or whatever. Why? People said no. And there was someone working in the background who said, no, this can't happen. Markets also crashed. As you can, the NASDAQ crashed. Even the Bombay Stock Exchange had crashed. Worldwide, the Nikkei, everything was crashing. So Bitcoin was born during that time. October 31st was the birthday. Coming up soon, the Bitcoin white paper was published. And it was published by, it basically explained to everyone, as you and me, and I suggest you download this it's available on the net. It's called Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper. You download it and you read, and you'll understand why such a huge system was being challenged by a technology. The system was the banking system, obviously that time. Now there are multiple use cases. That time it was first banking. And they said you can move a digital asset or money, digital money, like you transfer money without having going through a UPI or a Paytm or anything else. So that was a very revolutionary technology during that time. And it explained how it can be useful for the industry. That was in the paper. Download it. So who is this Satoshi Nakamoto who did that? Everybody talks about Satoshi Nakamoto, but well, Satoshi Nakamoto was not really a human being. It was somebody who uses a name called Satoshi Nakamoto, and it is believed, it is not proven, that Samsung and Toshiba, Satoshi, Nakamichi and Motorola, Nakamoto, it is believed, not proven, that these four companies came together and created this wonderful magic technology, because it is difficult for one person to create such a huge, humongous technology with so many different algorithms, so many ways, different ways of working. It was made by these guys. People believe that. I believe it, because they had the money, the resources, and the technology to reach out and go global. So that's a little bit of a story there. Well, people started getting aware by 2016, started experimenting it by 2018, and now the major boom is happening. And by after 2022, it'll go mainstream. So you're in this right space. So sectors using blockchain, multiple sectors, manufacturing. You can have a look at this pie chart. It keeps changing every day. The banking and finance is the largest adopter, followed by the government. And then there are many other slices of the pie right out here. There are plenty of them. This will keep changing. But what I'd like to show you is the next slide, the application areas. Where is it being used? Have a look at this. These are the digital currency or cryptos, what we call them, or tokens. They're being used in e-commerce, global payments, remittance, peer-to-peer lending, microfinance. In the record keeping, healthcare has gone onto blockchain. Title records are being done. I'm doing, in fact, a lot of title records, projects right now in India for the government as well. Ownership, voting, intellectual property, a lot of things. You can see a lot of them. It's good to have a look at these. You can have a look. There are plenty more. These are just some which I have tried to showcase out here. But really important is what this chart shows you is how India is adopting from a government perspective. I told you about the 3 documents. Now, after the documents, a lot of things happened. A lot of projects started going underway. Right now, as we speak, there are more than 90 projects, government projects, right across the nation. More than 90, could be over 100 now, in 14 states. 14 states are major adopters, and they are right across here, as you can see in the map. Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, a lot of them, Telangana, West Bengal, Assam, Delhi, UP. There are coming in, more and more coming in. Now, what are they? They're doing a lot of projects, and that's a lot. 90 projects in the last 2.5 years. That's a lot of projects from a government perspective in one specific technology. And this is the beginning. It's going to grow from here to about 300, 400 projects over the next couple of years. Do you see the opportunity? Because who does government contracts? The Infosys, the Wipros, the IBMs, the KPMGs, the Deloittes, they do it. And that's the opportunity for you. So 60 plus states are emerging as crypto tech adopters. I won't go into detail. I've already explained to you that 60 plus states now are emerging as, a lot of the land registry, etc., is being done. Remittances, digital identity, all what I showed you before. These are all being adopted, many. And let's have a look at what experts are speaking. So much for that. Gartner has clearly said it's going to be a 3 trillion industry by 2030. $3 trillion, not million, not billion, but trillion. 3 trillion is more than the economy of our nation and hundreds of other nations for that matter. That's a very big thing. That's the size of the market. The demand for blockchain developers right now is growing by about 400%. Ooh, that's a lot of people. Trust me, I keep requiring them all the time for my clients and their projects. Also, huge shortage. Now, this was a NASSCOM report in 2019-20. 2 years back, they haven't taken out the next one as far as this is concerned, but right now there are more than In India, at that time, there were 45 to 60,000 globally. Now that number has become more than 300,000 to 400,000. And in India, at that time, there were about 5,000 only. Now there are about 50,000, right? But even 50,000 is nothing. In short, if there are globally about 400, 500,000 experts or skilled resources, it's nothing. Well, the population of India is 1.4 billion. So you can imagine only this many are there in the world, leave alone India. So NASCOM also has said, out of 2 million developers we have in India, only 25,000 have blockchain skills. Nothing. And LinkedIn, if you go to LinkedIn and search for the most in-demand job skill, you'll get the answer, blockchain. So some facts and figures just like that. You can just go through them. These are all numbers. And I said, you don't have to read these numbers. Accenture is there saying blockchain is going to reduce expenses. By the end of 2024, blockchain market will be 20 billion. Research says food and agriculture market growing. Assets, IBM, and this is an interesting one. IBM is about 3,000 employees working on more than 600 blockchain projects. That's a lot. That's a lot. In India too, they're working on it now. Gartner has already told the value, Reuters, all these are big names now. I have given you these numbers only for one thing. And there are so many people talking about a technology. It's got to have some base, right? None of them are idiots and none of them are fools. They're all huge, large companies growing by the day. So let's enjoy that space, guys. It's a beautiful technology. It's a technology that a lot of big boys are adopting. So it's just a government is adopting, all the big companies that are adopting, and now a lot of small ones are adopting. In fact, personally speaking, I'm working on 57 different use cases of blockchain today in India. Outside, even more. That's a lot, right? Let's have a look at the landscape quickly. Just the headlines are enough. The global crypto industry is going to cross 1.6 billion in the last year, which is already done, and 2.3 billion by 2026. Guys, it's already almost $2.3 billion. So it's almost there. Banks are buying crypto. Banks are owning that. There's a lot of movement happening in this space. 70% of it is trading right now. That is buying and selling. But even payments, e-commerce, retail, remittances, all have started coming into the blockchain. Now, Time Magazine, for that matter, you can buy Time Magazine with crypto. There are crypto debit cards now. Slowly and steadily. Well, the rules and regulations we talk about later, but slowly and steadily, in many countries, crypto is becoming mainstream. In fact, El Salvador has already, taken on as it has adopted Bitcoin as its legal tender currency, along with its other currencies. So is East Africa. The East African country is also, a couple of them have done there also. And there are about 18, 20 other different countries which are in the pipeline, which want to adopt Bitcoin as legal currency. It hasn't become in all of them. Only 2 countries have adopted right now. Now, that's big space, right? Oh, and my computer is hanging. Hang on. So while my computer decides to unhang itself, I'll just keep it here and see. You can see this little circle going round and round, very colorful. But yeah, another thing I'd like to tell you, while this is getting fixed out, the global industry is big, yes. After COVID, a lot of, oh yes, again, something is happening. Oh boy. Yep, it's come back. Let me just put it back to the right slide, okay? You've seen these slides, so let me just, sorry for the interruption. Just technology sometimes doesn't help us all the time. Yeah. Right, now these are 7 trends driving the growth of crypto. Don't read down, read up first only. Bitcoin is being taken as digital gold. It has a 1 trillion market cap. It just took 12 years to reach a trillion. And it's got more than 75 billion users. That's big. Currency has been with us since donkey's years, since the time we were all born and the earth started. Smart contracts. Smart contracts are really driving up the growth. 30 plus countries have deployed them. Almost 7,000 users are there, enterprise users. Then decentralized finance. 48 billion market cap. 10 countries already deploying it. 88x growth in a year. These are the trends growing the space, the blockchain space, the wave of tokenization. Size has already reached 1.9 billion, 21 countries. Wow. It's been approved. The platforms are also being approved in many countries. And that's going to be a very big thing. Non-fungible tokens, we have all heard of NFTs. It's already got 250 million market cap. 1% currency market share is with NFTs. The world's currency, NFTs, 1%. That's a big amount. The rise of crypto capital. A lot of funding is coming into the crypto space and increased adoption of CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. That is the government using the blockchain technology for issuing its own digital currencies. India is also doing that. NFT market, big. Crypto market with 5G coming, huge. While still at a nascent stage, it has started to pick up. Just to recap, employment right now 50,000, going to go to 8 lakhs. Investments 6.6 billion, is already crossed 10 billion by the way now. This was an older slide, last year's. Startups, over 230 startups, which has now become 450 plus. Projects and proof of concept. India has witnessed the deployment of 150. Now that has become over 250. Everything has grown over the last 1-2 years. First, the growth was marginal from 16 to 21, but from 21 to 22, it has gone almost double. Now, India's crypto tech ecosystem is fast. There are crypto exchanges in the ecosystem. That's where our jobs also come, by the way. Where are our jobs going to be? In either these exchanges, startups, IT like TCS, Infosys IT services, remittances adopters like banks, public sector adopters like the government. This is the ecosystem. This is where all the jobs are being created. New jobs are being created. Lots of things happening. Well, a lot of funding is happening. Growing and growing. Now we come to the very, very interesting part. The interesting part are the jobs and careers, and if you're really interested in them. First of all, salaries. When everybody starts job, we're looking at the salaries, guys. If your salary is good, we're good. Salaries are gone up. The jobs in this domain are increasing. The salary rates are increasing by 2,000 to 6,000%. I'll give you an example of one of the guys I've just got placed in the United States. 26-year-old guy, 26-year-old, has great knowledge of Solidity, Ethereum, and writing smart contracts. Just about a year or so experience. $120,000 starting salary, remote. Wow, it's good salary. All right, have a look at the opportunity wheel for you. While blockchain people think is only tech related, there are tech and non-tech jobs in the blockchain space. Forbes took out a wheel and you see the demand. See a blockchain engineer or developer, 9 on 10 demand. But on the other side, a marketing specialist who's non-technical also has a demand of 9 on 10. Like this, they have research analysts, technical recruiters, data scientists, designers, legal consultants, and there are more. These are the more popular ones, but there are many, many more evolving, showing you now here. So when I say blockchain, I'll divide this into blockchain, NFT, Web3, metaverse. There are a lot of jobs coming in all the spaces. These are some of the jobs we can see. In the tech space, we have developers, engineers, quality engineers, data scientists, tech architects, analysts, risk analysts. These guys, if you have an affinity or liking for technology and for programming, coding, that's the space where you need to be. If you feel, I'm not such a good programmer, I don't really like coding very much, I'm not very good at it, you can also get into the project. You can become a project manager. You can become a product manager. You can become a tech recruiter, a blockchain attorney. A blockchain attorney is a guy who knows all the rules and regulations, and they are really very much in demand right now because every country wants to know whether they're doing everything legally because there are not so many rules and regulations right now. You can also do blockchain business development. You can become an ICO advisor. You can become an ICO as initial coin offering, just like we have initial IPOs. We have initial, and now we have ICOs. So IPOs have become ICOs in this space. So crypto journalists, very big demand, by the way. Now, what else is there? NFTs. Look at the NFTs. Only in the NFT space, you want to specialize. You can become a moderator. You can become an NFT marketing specialist. You can become a backend engineer, meme artist, Solidity developer, UI UX designer, smart contract developer, a tokenomics analyst. Tokenomics is a science of blockchain. Just like we had economics for the regular world, which we are living in, with blockchain, tokens are issued, and we must understand tokenomics. Tokenomics is the next generation economics. So that tokenomic people who understand tokenomics are all very big demand. Influencer marketing, partnership managers, 3D NFT designers. These are just some of the beginning. There are lots and lots going to come up more in the future. So what about the metaverse? Metaverse also has specialist metaverse research scientists, metaverse hardware developers, software engineers. Now, NFT guys and metaverse specialists are all going to be different. These are all specialist jobs. And these are all very, very high paying jobs because there is a very big shortage of these. I was on an international tour some time back, and everywhere, only one problem everybody had. We've got lovely projects going on, but we don't have good resources. You are the good resources. That's the opportunity. So you have metaverse cybersecurity experts, ecosystem developers, NFT strategists, how NFTs can go into the metaverse. All these are there. Web3 opportunities. Web3, the world is moving completely. Our internet right now is at Web2. It's all going to be Web3. That's the new version of the internet. You require developers, quality analysts, specialists, brand specialists, community managers, smart contract auditors, software engineers, and product strategies as well. Well, here's what recruiters also say, by the way, by Paul Dupois, the MD of Randstad India, which recruits for all the large infotech companies in India. It says salaries for ready to be deployed professionals with a blockchain background are twice that of one without blockchain expertise. So if you're an engineer, yes, if you're going to get, say, a 5 lakhs or 6 lakh or a 10 lakh salary, chances are if you're a blockchain engineer, you'll get double that, maybe even more. It depends how good you are. That's what recruiters are saying. We've got some great web startup companies in India which are recruiting big time. Polygon, everybody has heard of them. Polygon recruits big time. Bikonomy by Aniket Jindal. And I'm specifying the Indian companies which have really made it big in the space and have hundreds and thousands of job opportunities waiting right now. Mayur Relekar from Markhanka, that's the one. Then we have, I don't know why this is shifted, but anyways, Aniket Jindal, Huddle. Then we have the best ones in India, 3-bit, Siddharth. This fellow is really good. Statwig is good. Archal Thakur is really good. She's one of the leading women in this space. And Sverium Financi heads. They are not only creating great jobs, but they're creating great products. And whenever we have great products, we need people who will work on the products, work on these platforms. And that's where the jobs are coming. Also, some cool Web3 apps, and these companies are coming to India. Next block, there is this one, this is called Watch Ads. Yeah, this is Taurus Key. Watch Ads, Floix by Kamil Kempinski. All these guys, this is a social network, complete social media on the blockchain. You can hear this is one where you can watch ads and earn crypto. Next block is just like a GoDaddy, but on the blockchain. These are some great ones also. And there's a very big one coming to India very soon. It's called Metafluence, and it's going to create hundreds and thousands of jobs for us in India. I'm fortunate to be an advisor in the company. I'm very fortunate to see that that's how the metaverse systems are coming into our nation. And then, of course, for you, my advice, guys, is learn the fundamentals, learn about the platforms, explore a little more, get certified. It's very essential because that acknowledges the fact that you know the subject. Certification is very critical. Understand the industry. Check out which are the industries which are adopting blockchain. Check out what's happening in the metaverse. Check out what's happening in the NFT world. And check out, more important, where the jobs are growing. There are so many jobs evolving. I may have shown you about 20, 30 jobs, maybe 40 types of jobs. But trust me, in the next few years, this will double the types of jobs because this is a specialist technology. They need specialists, not generalists. That's the space where you are going to go in the future. There are jobs going to be plenty, but there are going to be opportunities even more. So, as I say, let the journey begin. We are at the beginning of the journey. Just let it begin. Enjoy the space. The journey is even sometimes better than the destination. You have so many opportunities in this space. I'll give you another example. Forget everybody else. I'll just give you my example for a minute. When I'm saying I'm doing 57 projects, I'm not doing them physically myself. I'm managing 57 of them. But whom do I manage? I manage people. And how many in every project, even if I manage about 10 people, that's 500 jobs I'm taking care of, right? That's just me. I'm an advisor for 45 plus blockchain companies. Each of them got an average of 10 to 15 people working for them. That's another average of 600, 700 people. Only one person, that's me, right now handling about 1,000 people in the blockchain space. And that's nothing. It's just one me. That's the opportunity for all of us, whether it's in the technology space, whether it's in any other space in the blockchain space. But technology in the blockchain is going to grow really fast. We need people. We need developers. We need architects. We need a lot of people from every sphere on the space, because technology, blockchain technology, is just started growing, just started. The adoption across the globe is not even 2.5% right now. And that's nothing. It's going to only grow from here. Remember what Gartner said, $3 trillion economy, $3 trillion in the next few years. $3 trillion means opportunity. Healthcare, e-governance, supply chain, these are going to be top adopters of blockchain. Of course, the banking and finance is the biggest. Apart from that, even banks are now looking for professionals with blockchain knowledge, with knowledge of ICOs. Yeah, the IPOs of the initial public offerings have in what we have traditionally are going to also have ICOs in the future. Wealth managers are seeking people who can understand ICOs and tokenomics. There are so many jobs, not only in tech companies, but in other traditional businesses also. Real estate companies are tokenizing their real estate. So they need people there as well. They need people who can do the development, who can tokenize, who can code, who can program the whole systems, who can work on the platforms. Guys, this is the beginning of the journey. I've just given you a very small glimpse into what technology can do for you and me and for all of us. Now, happy to take your questions, guys.
Hi Raj, there's a question in chat. So Sonali is asking, please explain more about blockchain data scientist job.
All right, it's quite simple. Let me just switch this there. This is bouncing too much with this. Okay, what does the data scientist do? Basically, let's take it this way. Blockchain works very closely with data science and data analytics. As we all know, blockchain is relevant wherever there is data and wherever there is security. Now, I'll give you one simple acronym. FITS, F-I-T-S, okay? Remember this FITS model. Whatever you do, FITS, where F stands for fraud. Whenever there is an incidence of fraud or wherever there can be fraud in the business, we require blockchain. And I'm coming to your data analytics, okay? I, information. Wherever there is information involved, you will require blockchain. And information is required, and passing the IoT information or any data information. And again, data information is very critical out here because that's where the data science part comes in. But listen to the other T and S, and then I'll come back to that. So one is fraud, I is information, T is trust. Wherever there are issues of trust, for example, in the supply chain, there are so many players, nobody trusts each other. If it's on the blockchain, everybody trusts the blockchain, not each other, the blockchain. The trust. And S is security. Wherever you have to have sacrosanct, very important security, that's where you require blockchain. Now, all this, what I've told you, has one thing common. There is data in all of this. Everything has data. There is data everywhere. We live in a digitalized economy. We are going to have data by the second. Terabytes of data are generated every second. Now, what do the data scientists do? Basically, a lot of analysis of trying to figure out how, and then modeling in the future. But you cannot have, unless you have accurate data, all models will go wrong. Your predictions will go wrong. Everything starts going wrong if there is no accuracy. So blockchain as the layer, a blockchain data scientist works with both technologies to prepare the best models for corporates, for governments, for research companies. That's what a data scientist and blockchain does together. Okay, so that's the first answer. Anybody? What would be the learning path? So Sushil, the learning path would be first The first and most important learning path would be to understand the fundamentals of blockchain, because without fundamentals, everything will even sound will Greek to you. So best is understand the fundamentals, then see where your specialization will go. If you want to become a developer, even in the developer, there are so many options. You could be a Polygon developer, you could be a Solana developer, you can become, an Ethereum. You could focus on, say, smart contracts. There are so many options. Cardano, Filecoin. There's so many of them. Right now, these are the popular ones in India, Hyperledger, etc. So first, you do the basics, then figure out which would you like to specialize in at some point of time. That's what you have to do yourself. But the learning part, fundamentals are sacrosanct. You need to understand it. What I have told you is just a little, not even a drop. It's a small little sand grain in the ocean. It's that much I've told you. Blockchain is such an ocean. What I try to do is highlight the importance of blockchain, yes. But one more important, you need to have a very strong fundamental base of blockchain. If you have that, you can then decide whether you want to become a developer, an architect, an analyst, or you want to get into the marketing space, wherever. But you need to know the fundamentals very well. Start with the learning pathway. Start with the fundamentals.
That's great. So we have one more question from Sushil. So what technology software professionals should know before stepping in?
Yeah, it's good to know either Python or Java. It's good to know. Python and Java are the two preferred. Python is preferred if you're getting onto the Ethereum space. Okay, as usually full stack developers, what should be further step in being a data scientist? All right. So Sonali, the next step to become a data scientist is once you finish the fundamentals of blockchain, I suggest you also learn a little bit of smart contracts. It'll also help you. Also, because a lot of data is going to be on the smart contracts and you need to integrate a lot of it. The next step also should be to understand, as I said, once you understand the blockchain basics, it's great. And I would recommend go for smart contracts along with that. That'll be good. If you're going to be a full stack developer, yes, you'll need to do that, especially if you're getting into the blockchain space. Adarsh Kumar has raised his hand. Yes, Adarsh, you'd like to ask a question? We'll let Adarsh talk if he wants to. You can unmute him.
I just wanted to ask regarding the data science field. I am currently done many courses and certifications in that field, but still my organization has not changed my department to that field. So I know what else requirements I need to fulfill for going to that field.
What type of organization is yours?
My
Is it
organization
manufacturing?
it is in
What is it?
information technology and services.
Yeah. See, when you see in information, if you really want a great job in this space, I think you should really pick up the developer space. In the developer space, become Ethereum specialization in Ethereum, and write smart contracts and work on Solidity. That will really help you. They will definitely give you a promotion.
Okay.
And if you don't get a promotion, you have a lot of international job opportunities also there. Plenty of them in this space. Remote.
Yeah.
And the dollar is 82 rupees now. So if you earn dollars and spend in rupees, is great.
Yes. Fine.
Yeah. So any other questions for me?
So actually, for the last question which Sonali has asked, like she didn't get that actually. It'd be great, if you can, just help her out.
What is the question you want to know? 1 second. Wait, I'll send you something. Hold on. Is there a provision to send something out here? What would be further step for being a data scientist? Well, you have to do data analytics if you want to become a data scientist. If you've already done it, I don't know that. Can you tell me whether you've done data analytics? Then I can answer your question better. You haven't, right? You haven't done it. So basically, that's what you need to do. You first need to do the fundamentals, then pick up anyone, become a developer to some extent. You can do Ethereum. Maybe you can choose. That's a good one. And then along with that, you do data analytics and big data. These are the three things you need to do to have that full stack. If you want to become a MERN full stack, then you've got to also learn the other languages as well. But I really don't know where if you want to become a data scientist only, then you don't need to know blockchain. But if you want to be a blockchain data scientist, that's what you need to do. Pick up these 3 skills and the skills that accompanying with that.
There's one more question.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact, being a non-techie, I had one question.
Yeah.
So in case, if any, non-techie guy who wants to start their career into, into blockchain technology, so what do you suggest to them? Like how can
I'll
this?
tell you the biggest non-technical job right now in blockchain are marketing guys. People who understand marketing. Okay. Because at the end of the day, products are going to be created, blockchain-based products, but somebody needs to explain that to somebody, right?
Correct.
So if somebody is going to explain that, who is it going to be? The marketing guys, the sales guys, the business development guys. Now, these guys don't have to understand technology completely. They should know the application of the technology. Where can it be applied? So, right? Like if I know that I can apply the technology to this industry or this industry, so a lot of consultative selling happens in this space. People must understand it from there. That's one. And the other one is, if you want to take it lighter, there are NFT community managers, there are metaverse managers. There are so many opportunities in the non-technical space. You can become a product, you can become a project, not a project manager, but a product manager at least, if you are very good at that. Or you can become, as I said, you can become a complete analyst. You can become also you can become an attorney, or when I said you don't have to be a lawyer for it, but you need to know the laws and rules and it's like a chartered accountant of the space, where you know the laws of the country and other countries, because there's going to be a lot of cross-border transactions. So all these are opportunities, and there are a lot of people becoming auditors also in this space. You can become a blockchain auditor also. You can audit blockchains, not the technical part. The technical audits are different. You can do the other audits.
Great to get insight from you.
Basically, I myself am not a techie, but I can work on all technologies. I can program in 16 languages, and I worked on all blockchains. Right? It just basically means if you want to do something, you can do it. That's all.
That's all. So we have one question from Alok. Any preferred course on smart contract learning or Ethereum development, which is recognized part crypto industry?
I think you guys, Times is having a program right now. Now we are getting a program. Yes. It's certified also by us, and it's worldwide recognized basically. And in fact, in Dubai, I'm training some people in that. They even get credits for it. Australia is getting credits for it. And in fact, one of the courses which we put together is giving all the professional learners in Dubai one credit for continued learning profession, CL. So it's I think these are recognized globally now. Some of the courses which I have written in the past are running in the University of Wyoming. Some of them are in University of Canada West. Some of them University of Dalhousie in Canada. So all of them are well recognized. Yes, I think what you need to do is pick up a course in the Ethereum space and smart contracts and Solidity. That's recognized. What are the perspectives of experienced core engineers feel like mechanical or electrical and blockchain in the future? Well, in the near future, all sorts of engineering, jobs are going to get into web. The Web3 movement is going to be very strong, and there will be a convergence of what you're doing, because a lot of mechanical engineers are taking up the metaverse space very nicely. They understand a lot of things from that design perspective, so that's going to be there. Experience scoring is like mechanical or electrical, not so much right now, but mechanical engineering, yes, definitely going there. How can we go abroad for job? Where's the question gone? How can we go abroad jobs for beginners? You see, Sonali, I suggest you take good experience here first. The good experience in India helps you, because Indian programmers and developers are considered very high abroad, but they need to have a little bit of experience. So get a little bit of experience out here. And once you have that little bit of experience, as a fresh, they don't look at freshers only outside. They're absolutely okay if you're a fresher also, but they also want you to be experienced a little bit of, really you can show that you worked on a project. That you can do in India first. Once you have something to showcase, then the sky is the limit. You can work remotely, or you can go abroad. There are a lot of job opportunities in countries like Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, South Korea, Middle East. There are big opportunities in US and UK, but they're very difficult to get visas right now. So nearshore countries like Dubai and all, and United UAE, so a lot of jobs. But I suggest you get a little experience in India first. Always good.
I think, that's a wonderful, insight, the way you answered. And being a non-techie guy, even after attending today's session, even I got to know a lot of insight, which I was completely unaware of that.
Well, we live and learn. We live and learn. I started my journey 12 years back. All you guys, 12 years back was a long time. In fact, a lot of you would know. I don't know whether you know. I was probably India's first miner. I mined the first Bitcoin in 2010. In USA, not in India. In India, it hadn't come through in 2010. And being a very like India, we love cricket, so we thought century marenge. So I mined more than 100 coins, and ultimately ended up with more than 600 coins. I did not know there will be any value at that point of time. I in fact gave them to my daughter, saying that I mined the first one on your birthday, so you please take this as a gift for your birthday. I never knew that I'm going to make her a millionaire. All right, so she's become one. I'm still doing my good stuff. But yes, I started with that, and the journey which started from speculation is now on the journey of revolution. The revolution is blockchain. So you should also have you be part of the revolution. The speculation is just one part of it. It was fun during those days. It's very volatile. Don't take your chances unless you know the subject very well. And I think we can do a lot of things together. I love to help out people. Whenever you want, reach out to me. I'm happy to give you advice. I'm happy to help if you're a startup. I'm happy to do that. In fact, as I told you, I'm on the advisory board of 45 different startups across the globe. One of them has become a unicorn. 5 of them have got funding in the last 3 months. And the rest are all on the way. One more unicorn coming up. And lots of things happening, guys. Lots of things happening in this space. It's a very exciting space. And the excitement is not finished. NFTs, metaverse, you name them, it's not finishing. Every time we think something is gone, everybody was crypto once upon a time. Keep crypto one side. That's one part. Don't get into trading. Get into the real world applications of blockchain. Try and identify where we can put blockchain. As I told you, use the FITS model: fraud, information, trust, security. FITS model, blockchain fits in right there.
So there's one more question in chat. Like Tejas is asking, any source site course to start with? I'm good with Java right now, working as a backend engineer.
Well, I think you've given a link, right?
Yes, Tejas. I just, you can check out
our
website.
Go to the link and always reach out to Bimlesh or me whenever you are. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm sure Bimlesh is also.
Yes.
And so we can always help you with, I can help you counsel and guide you through your journey anytime.
Yes. So Tejas, for your more reference, I just posted a link, so you can just check out there. You can explore our courses. So we have different courses on different technology in Web3 space. Again, I'm posting the link for your reference. Great.
Cool. Guys, it's a really good space. People talk about. I'll give you another example. Recently, one of the private banks. I won't say top bank, in the top 10, yes, because there are not that many banks anyways. They have hired for the first time a chief blockchain officer. It is the first time that they have hired a chief blockchain officer. This post was never there. That's of course a little senior post. That person had about 4 or 5 years of experience. And guess what? His salary, 2.1 crores per annum. I don't mind becoming a chief blockchain officer. Well, I can't become because I'm on different offices of 45 different companies. I'm earning more than that. But yes, for a person who's in his 30s, maybe getting a 2.1 CR package, really cool, isn't it? In fact, one of the universities I worked with down in South, they did have a placement right now, and the starting salary for the blockchain developer for a fresher was about 20 lakhs, which is not bad at all. And it went up to some of them got 27 lakhs as well. So I'm very proud of my students out there. So yeah, it's a great space to be. As for a fresher getting that salary, cool.
So that the package which you told, the fresher who just passed out from the college, immediately from the college, was that from IIT or any,
No IIT.
That's amazing. That's
normal you and me person. Could be anybody from one of us. I think Revati has a question. I'm just as a research scholar in the field of blockchain. How can I proceed further? Learning solid now. I need guidance for my growth. So Revati, why don't you connect with me on blockchain? I can send you some very good resources all the time. No problem at all. And of course, some great courses are coming up on TimesPro also. Have a look at those. keep on enhancing. I can connect you to research scholars overseas. You can collaborate with them. Lots of things can be done. No problem. Reach out.
Revati, you can also join our Discord community.
Yeah,
so
you can
where
do
we'll
that.
be releasing our weekly blogs and white papers for your reference. So you can use those free materials for your learning.
Yeah, that's a great idea. The Discord community is growing and it's big. Yes, that's a great way of doing it. Yep. So any other questions? You know something? When you talk about opportunities, trust me, from the morning 9 a.m. till night 9 p.m., I'm booked with meetings, right? That means what? This field is getting me something, right? It can get you the same way. Let me also tell you one more thing, a secret I'll tell you. I also teach a German university. A German university. Do you know how much they pay me for 30 minutes of consulting? And that's the thing for people who are in the non-technical space also. They pay me 300 euros for 30 minutes. That's a lot of money, right? And that's because of, not because of they like my face, they like my knowledge, and my knowledge is blockchain. So that's exactly what I'm going to tell all of us here. The knowledge of blockchain is going to be the key for a lot, not just good careers, good salaries, but also entire growth of a human being. We learned so much. We learned about cryptos, we learned NFTs, we learned the metaverse, we learned Web3, DeFi, fintech. There is no stopping. It's a well, it's a bottomless pit. It keeps on bringing you in and saying, yeah, learn more, learn more. And we, as human beings, expand our horizons much more than we can do in other technologies. I'm not saying technologies are bad. In fact, blockchain works with other technologies beautifully. It works with AI, it works with IoT, works with data science, it works with cloud computing, it works with cybersecurity. Super. You can do that. All right, can you get the PPT? All right, I'll send it to Imlesh and Imlesh can share it with you. Preeti says, can I also do this? I don't have coding experience. Preeti, you're looking at me. I'm a BCom with an MBA. Okay? If I'm a BCom and an MBA can succeed in the blockchain space, and if you just search me, I'm actually speaking worldwide. I speak in more than I've spoken at United Nations. I've spoken at God knows how many places. I've spoken 147 different events in this year itself, including online and offline ones. Now, I am a non-techie. My point is only one, not that I'm a great guy. I am also a non-techie. And if you're a non-techie, if you are passionate, and GIS engineering is great because they require blockchain in a very, very, very big way. A lot of GIS engineering is moving towards the blockchain platforms. I can send you a note on that separately, yes. But you're non-techie, don't let that hold you back. I'm a non-techie. Yeah, I can program now languages. I've learned them, yes, but that's a different matter. You don't have to learn them, but you have to love the subject. If you love a subject, if you really feel you can do it, you can do it. I did it. People associate blockchain and crypto with youngsters. Listen, guys, I stepped into the world of blockchain at the age of 48. I'm 60 now, right? So don't hold yourself back. Enjoy the journey. It's a beautiful journey.
In fact, there is a lot of in this self-doubt the non-techie people have. If I don't know the coding, how will I be able to do it?
It's like I always say, okay, this is for everybody. I mean, I'm not saying technology is good or bad or non-technology good or bad. Everything has got merits. If you know how to drive a car, you don't necessarily know how to fix all the parts.
True.
Right? You know how to drive the car, you steer it well. That's your business. You're a non-techie, you steer the car. A guy who will fix the car and who will refurbish your car, he's a techie. You need both of them to survive. You want to make a phone call? Do I know all the technologies inside? No, but I know how to make the phone call. That's important. When I should call up the right person, that I should know. That's more important.
That's a wonderful example.
Yes, so technologies can be learned, applications can be learned. So enjoy whichever one you like. Both sides have equal fun. That's why they say it's two sides of the same coin. Yin and yang, heads and tails.
Okay, true. So I think there are no more questions coming in chat. So feel free to post question.
I see Dr. Nagendra Chaudhary out here. I think Dr. Nagendra Chaudhary is also part of in my LinkedIn Connect.
Yes, very much, Raj Kapoor. I think I'm sorry I missed your first part of the lecture because I was busy with something else.
No
And
worries. I
but
recognize your name, so that's why I see.
Thank you so
It
much.
also means people in the blockchain space have good memories.
I think that is the inherent. I think some of the I think the system memory is getting transferred to all of you.
All here.
I know.
And as blockchain says, you should always have disintermediated, shared, distributed. So knowledge should always be shared. So anybody out here, you can pick my brains anytime. I have 32,000 people on my Telegram group actually, which I share a lot of stuff with, basically. But yeah, now I've closed the group in the sense that it's too much to answer. I have both ho gaya. But now the Discord community is great. Basically as blockchain is, it's all about a community.
Right.
It's not about the individual. It's all about collaboration, working together, working not in silos, but making bridges instead of making walls. I think that's the critical aspect of blockchain. I love that aspect of blockchain. Also helps you to express yourself, create
Absolutely.
something new, and doesn't matter if you fail. You're always doing something new, trying something new. By the grace of God, in the last 12 years, I've filed 18 patents. Before that, not even a single one. So I can say blockchain has given me not just a career and a future, but it's also given me the happiness, and it's probably I'm living my dream.
And I think absolutely it's a phenomenal journey that you have had. Very few people will be blessed with that kind of journey.
Well, we have to start somewhere, and I think if we start now, who knows? There may be so many more Raj Kapoors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if it's wonderful. I think I will, with your permission, I'll take the recording from Vimlesh if it is available. I'll definitely come back to you.
Absolutely. And I'm happy to speak to anyone individually or together anytime. We can have more webinars, more get-togethers, more specialized. If somebody says, well, let's get into the NFT space or the metaverse space, we can speak specifically, address that, because the Web3 space is a real big phenomena coming up now.
Absolutely. I think that the technology, I go back to what the Andrew Grove wrote when he wrote that book, Only the Paranoid Survive, where he coined a word about the segment zero. Now, if you look at the history of the chips there, by the time the chip used to come to the developing market, it used to take almost about 10 years, 12 years kind of thing.
Yes.
And now I think once the AMD has come onto the screen, I think that's when these guys were challenged and everything went for a toss. Now they are absolutely defensive position, right?
Absolutely. It's also something like, when we talk about technology adoption today, blockchain is where, say, a Google Pay was 10 years back, right? 10 years back, nobody was using Google Pay and the Paytm so much as such. Today, look, everybody talks about it.
I think that's when sometime back, we were having a debate with, he's a senior vice president at one of the prominent banks, and we are having a discussion on fintech. Now, the question is whether it's a fintech or it's techfin actually.
It's techfin.
Yeah, because nobody would have imagined that Amazon would have its own card, or Google would get into it, or Facebook would get into it. So technology companies getting into financial services, I think it's a total disruption, because for them it was a logical extension, seemed to be. But then
Absolutely. And here's another thing, food for thought for a lot of people who don't think blockchain and crypto is mainstream. A lot of us might know or may not know that there are now crypto debit cards, which basically with that technology, you can connect your own current bank card, whichever one it is, whichever bank you're at, that can be made into a crypto debit card. That's how technology is there, and is accepted in 39 countries. Not be in India, but 39 countries. Where actually speaking, frankly, you can even use it in India, but it's not allowed, so you should not use it. So yeah, technology is evolving. It's becoming mainstream. Universities are accepting, international universities, they're accepting payments in crypto. Times Magazine accepts crypto. Hundreds and thousands of hotels are accepting crypto and NFTs as payments. It's a new era. It's a very, very dynamic and fluid space where we are right now. But it's a beautiful journey. As I said, let's enjoy the journey. It's sometimes better than the destination.